understand that, rappers are the music, not rappers. Music will always be the gatekeepers to the culture, man. This is what it is, man. But there's so much stuff in music that takes away from who we are. Now, I'm gonna be real, and I said this before, man, that I used to tell myself, man, I ain't listening to rap music no more. But honestly, saying that means, I'm not gonna be tapped into the culture no more. What happens is there's so much impactful information inside of the music that can do us good, but it's surrounded by so much stuff that does us harm. But here's the thing, you cannot despise rap music without despising the people that put the people in position to make that kind of music. You cannot despise rap music or say, I'm not going to listen to rap music or I hate rap music if you don't also hate the people that put us in the conditions to rap about the stuff that we see and hear. Because in most cases, people are just rapping about what they seen. In most cases, people are just rapping about what they experienced. Now, yes, we got to demand more from our people that's telling those stories. But we also got to demand better from the people who are putting us in those conditions. The same people that has elementary schools inside of low poverty. Watch this. Where are the schools at? Oh, this is good. Where are the schools that are qualified as not having the highest education? Where they at? In the hood. Why? Because in the impoverished communities is where most of the unemployment, most of the drugs, most of the crime, most of the violence, most of the single-parent homes, most of the government assistance, most of the felons, and I can go on and on. But the most important stat is this. It's where the least amount of tax is being paid. Where there are no tax dollars, you will see a community that is deficient in programming, deficient in tools, deficient in opportunity. You put those deficiencies together and you get chaos. So there is no way you can truly hate rap music without hating the people who put us in deficient economic environments. So, with that being said, this week, Wallstreet is brought to you by none other than the homie, the OG. We just had this conversation. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I think Wayne had the best verse on God Dead. I don't care what nobody says. It's what it is. We say Hove. I'm not mad at you for those 18 minutes on one song. But I know he talk about money, and I ain't mad at that, and I get it. Appreciate all those kings. Appreciate Rick Ross. Appreciate Wayne. Appreciate Hove. Appreciate the Grammy performance that they put on, that they gave us. We needed to see that. I'm not about to go back and forth with y'all about trap, you trip, da, 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 da. It's what I like, it's what I like. But I will say this. Hove told us something that was so profound, and I think we miss it. Because he does tell us so many great things. I will not take that from him. Hove has told us so many great, he's given us legendary bars, yo. I'm not a hater. But the one bar that I really love that he said that I will highlight in this week's Wealth Track is this. And it's simple. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. End quote. Man, ain't it right there? Whether you talk about him being in the Illuminati, whether you talk about him being a devil worshiper, that ain't none of my business, man. What I will say is this. The man is a business. He is a billion-dollar business. He's a machine. People won't always agree with how you do business. Shit, Martin Luther King talked to us about freedom and they hated him. Jesus Christ Jesus Christ healed people, healed the sick, healed the leper, and the same people he healed said kill him when he put him on the cross. I'm not comparing Hov to none of them. What I am saying is no matter how much good you do, no matter who you are in this world, you will have people who like you, you will have people who don't like you, and it ain't your business. It ain't for you to care. But what I will say is this, man, Hov has inspired a lot of people, especially me. As a man coming from the hood, as a man coming from New Orleans, as a man who is in the process of building something and going forward, I remember 1996 Hov. I remember in my lifetime, I remember that. I remember friend to foe, yo, state your biz. It's in the dope, there it is. Me, it's out of my hand. And you getting money around here, it's out of the plan. So don't hop your ass out of that van. So that's kind of people don't even know what track that is. I remember watching Streets was watching on the CD, on the DVD, on the cassette. I remember that. I remember I'm out for presidents to represent me, get money. I remember that. And so watching him go from that to watching the big t-shirt headband Hov, to watching Jay-Z Hue, Jay-Z Blue Hov, to watching It's a Dynasty, to Rock Nation, to I'm gonna buy NF, to watching him say, okay, I'm gonna go create Rihanna and Yeezy, and to just watching him navigate. And again, I don't care, because people are not gonna agree what I did in my life. But watching him turn into the person he is, watching him turn into the business he is inspirational. But I'm gonna say this too, I'm also the person who admires baby. I admire Birdman too. Because I know success comes in so many shapes, forms, and fashions, but what I do know is success ain't easy. What I do know is that line, I'm not a business man, I'm a business man, was the epitome of turning your last name into an asset. And if we truly on this well-building journey, and we understand that the cardinal principle of building wealth is that assets turn into wealth, the biggest gem missed in that is you becoming the asset. Because when you become the asset, you have so much knowledge and information that you can pass on to the next generation. And so while Blue Ivy and the twins, or whatever the kid's name is, while they probably will never be Jay-Z, and while they'll probably never be Beyonce, what we do know is they have legacy attached to their name. And that gives them the opportunity and the freedom to be whatever they want to be in life. And so for that, we're going to thank Hov for, I'm not a business man, I'm a business man. What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100%
the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to bring your temperament down, to take you from panic to encouragement. So listen, man, come join us in Trappers Anonymous. The link is below. Listen, if you want to be helped, if you want to truly make money in the stock market, if you truly want to let your money work harder for you than you've worked for it, there's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
As we look at this game, and as we evolve, what are the consequences that come with being free? What are the remnants of going after wealth? But what is the residue of poverty? What is it that keeps us from going and committing to that next level? Risk is 100% the tuition we must pay for success. Risk is unavoidable. Risk is realizing that a loss is probable. But what is a win? What is victory without acknowledging the risk? You cannot truly say you want in life what you want without taking the risk. So I often say, you got to change for what you say you want, or you have to change what you say you want. Who profits from you taking the risk? Who benefits from you making that first investment? What does it look like for your family to say, I no longer have to be on government assistance? What does it look like for your family to say, I can be what I want to be in life? Every time I talk to my daughter, man, every day she changes up on what she wants to be in life. And guess what? I never obstruct the dream. I never say, you can't be that. I never put her in a specific category. It's whatever you want to be, Stank. There's freedom in that. The other day, man, I walked around my pool. I just bought a house. It was probably 47, maybe 50 degrees that night. And my cousin came to me and said, hey, cuz, man, come inside, man, it's cold out there. But I ain't feel that cold. Because in my mind, in my heart, I felt like I was wrapped in God's bosom, and I was giving God thanks for the position I was in. What does prosperity feel like? What does it look like? The question that I want you to contemplate on all week is, who suffers if I don't take the risk? What deposits have you made to ensure where you're going? The investments you make today, are they building a castle? Or is it a house on quicksand? The goal is for you to become the asset. The goal is for you to become the treasure. Life is not about the circumstances that we are put in, but more so about the decisions that we make. You'll never hear me cry about going to prison. You'll never hear me cry about my mama being shot in front of me. You'll never cry about me being homeless. But instead of using it as a victim, I use it as the reason why I'm victorious. I use those things as the reason why I'm triumphant. I use that adversity not as a crutch, but as a trampoline to catapult me from a place of poverty, a place of abandonment, to a place of prosperity, to a place of abundance. And so, yes, wealth is a thing. Yes, money is a thing. Yes, we want opportunities. But what are the foundations that you are laying when it comes to that mindset? I want you to be wealthy not because of what you aspire to get, but I want you to chase and go after wealth because of what the people before you didn't have the opportunity to have, what they didn't have the knowledge to have, what they didn't live to see. Again, I'm talking to my cuz the other day, and we standing in my living room, and I said, cuz, I just wish your mama and I wish my Aunt Glo could see this. I said, because this is me letting them know the next few generations are in good hands. Because see, along the line, somebody has to pass the torch. Somebody has to take not only accountability, but somebody has to take responsibility for the direction that the family is heading. Somebody got to do it. And in my family, I said it's going to be me. And so not only do I have to strive and navigate through this unfamiliar territory, I don't have the luxury of being able to cry and complain about it. That's the thing that comes with leadership. You don't have the luxury of crying and complaining about the things that people cry and complain about. Some people are great at being visionaries, and others are great at being in the audience watching visionaries have vision. Which one are you? Do you lay down at night and think about the possibilities? Because I know I do. Every time I see somebody accomplish something, every time I see somebody break down a new barrier, it lets me understand. It helps me know that I am capable. It lets me know that it has an expense. Freedom has a price. Freedom is an acquired taste. Freedom comes with risk. Freedom is uncomfortable. So immediately I tell myself, in order to accomplish the things that I really want, I have to get familiar. Familiar. I have to become family with being uncomfortable. So that encounter doesn't throw me off. So that encounter, that turbulence doesn't discourage me. Instead, I walk with it. I build a friendship with it. I become partners with it. See, because once you let the fear and once you let the uncomfortable situation know, yo, I'm in partnership with you. I know that I can't become successful without you being here. What's good? At that point, the whole dynamic changes. And so in the beginning, the name of this episode was what? An encounter with wealth. So I ask you, what will your encounter be? Listen, man, it's another episode of Trappin Tuesdays, episode 29. Thank you for 2 hours and 35 minutes to the dopest show on the block. Well, our motto is, we don't get it out the mud, we get it out the market. Listen, man, if you truly enjoyed this show, man, all I ask is that you truly share it and subscribe. Each and every Thursday, we put the audio experience out on every platform, every podcast platform. Do me a favor and go download that. It does us a tremendous amount of good. If you're a part of Bless the Trap, if you're a part of Trapper's Lottery Pick, if you're a part of the Triple Beam team, salute, welcome to the family. More than anything, man, I appreciate everybody that comes each and every Tuesday and spend 2 hours to 2 hours and a half with me. I want you to understand that this is not something that is normal. I want you to understand that they say that people now have ADD. I want you to understand not only are saying people of our era can't pay attention to nothing. I want you to understand this is why Instagram has 60-second reels and 90-second reels, because it has trained us not to pay attention to long-form content. But for the last 29 weeks, you all have been showing up and showing out. And I promise you, this 29 weeks is going to turn to 29 years. And so for that, I want to tell you thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to see y'all next week, man. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. I love y'all. Good night.